finishing up his qualifying run in the 90 car. So taking the green right there. Apologize for that. Thought he was coming to the checker. He's still under speed. And he's on it. Down the back stretch. Actually jumped in line a bit ahead of the zero car of Garrett Smithley, trying to figure out what's going on with Garrett at this point. He was scheduled to go right now. Brown from Woodbridge, Virginia, takes to the speedway, 23-year-old. Kyle, I'm told that Woodbridge is also the hometown of two of our three stats guys. What do you think of that?
No way.
It's true.
Wow.
Joe, who's suspended, and Jimmy, who sits next to me. No.
Suspended with pay, though.
That's right, that's right. No, Joe's not here. We miss him. Brandon Brown now coming through in the fastest speed so far this afternoon at Daytona. 178.13. Kelly?
Down here with Brendan Gunn, who's been showing off his best dance moves, and I am impressed. Top 5 streak the last couple outings here at Daytona. Given how much carnage we've seen in these restrictor plate races in the Xfinity series, how important is it to qualify up front and try to get ahead of some of that?
Short track or turbo plate racing. You know, you still can qualify wherever you want. There's an ebb and flow of this race. You're going to go to the back, to the front. It is nice to start up front. You can kind of stay there, stay calm for a little while. For stage racing, you want the points, and the South Point team or the Special Tactics Squadron team this week. I'd love to get some of those stage points and stay up front. So that's what our goal is. But that being said, normally Shane Wilson, we don't put a lot of emphasis on being the slickest race car here. I think we're going to be downforce with the heat, and I think this Chevrolet is going to be really good for that today.
All right, looking for stage points, had a stage win last week.
DJ, what do you think of that? The comment, needing the downforce with the heat.
I like that idea. This is going to be even a different animal as they took all of this than what we saw in February. Because even though they have a race under their belt here, this racetrack is going to be much slicker. They've got a different tire that's going to wear more. So I like the idea of a little extra downforce tonight.
Chastain fastest in round 1. Puts the 4 car for Johnny Davis Racing to the top right now. By the way, this will be his 88th start in the series. 88, not a bad number anytime at Daytona. His teammate Garrett Smithley now on track in the zero car. Pennsylvania driver is 25 years old and fun to talk to. Very enthusiastic about racing. Getting his starts with Johnny Davis Racing. Second full-time season.
Yeah, these two team cars, they run together week in and week out. It's really interesting how they never get too far apart from each other. But I want to go back to something, listening to Brendan talk a little bit. There's an ebb and flow to the race. But then he starts talking about stage racing. And he's right. There is an ebb and flow to a race. But that's what's so cool about stage racing. It breaks that ebb and flow up. And he talks about now you kind of want to qualify up front because you want those stage points. So if you start too far back, sometimes you don't get there at the end of that first stage.
Parker's with Justin Allgaier. Parker.
Right, and we were just discussing how close he was to winning this race last year, Justin. Does it stick on your mind as you're here back for another weekend at Daytona?
It has to. I mean, anytime you come to Daytona and you're that close, we all want to win here. This is such a cool place, a lot of history. So, yeah, it does. But I had a black nose last year, so we made sure with our trademark nitrogen Chevy that we got the nice bright blue of the patriotic flag on the front so that if it comes down to video evidence, we're out there in front. But huge thank you to Xfinity, allowing us to change the front windshield banner. I have the first Armor Brigade Combat Unit, 3rd Infantry, the Raider Brigade on my car this week. Really cool that NASCAR does so much to support our military and our men and women there in the troops. So cool to have that on the car. Trademark nitrogen back again this year. We want to go to victory lane so bad. I don't think we'll qualify very good, but one of the strengths of Junior Motorsports is our race team, how these cars race. And we've been close every time we've gone to a restricted lane track, so we're trying to do it again.
Dave, they're even changing the nose color, trying to gain an advantage.
How about that? Betting that if there's video evidence to be observed, that if he has a brighter nose, might be to his advantage.
You never know. I like the idea that they think they might be in that position again, that should make a difference. So do everything you can.
We'll see what happens. That was Josh Williams completing his run in the 92 car. The nose of the 7, different this year. It's not black. Still kind of dark. I don't know. We'll see what happens. NASCAR explaining to us this morning once again their procedures for race end, which is they'll go to all means if they get to the overtime line and then a caution comes out. And that can happen here. We're all looking forward to tonight's action. Firecracker record 250 here at Daytona. Here's a third member of the Johnny Davis Racing this weekend, Harrison Rhodes from High Point, North Carolina.
Harrison's done a good job. He's coming through the Legends cars and local tracks and stuff like that. And it's been around for a year or two, a couple years now, but has done a good job. I think the group that he's with now, he's probably learned more about being a race car driver and how to drive some of these racetracks. And we see the finishes in this car get better.
When you go to Johnny Davis Racing, you work hard. It's a small group, but you learn a lot. And Johnny has trained so many people throughout the garage area about this sport.
Yeah, and these drivers that are there, as Kyle was pointing out, they understand their position, you know. And I think that Ross Chastain probably pointed it out as much as anything. You know, we can't come here, take a chance of tearing something up in a practice session. We need to be in the race. That's where the money's paid. We know what our cars are going to do, basically. This is what we have to work with, and they're very accepting of that fact. But there are opportunities, and when good opportunities present themselves, these drivers do a really good job of getting the most out of their equipment.
2 races this weekend, the 400 tomorrow night, the 250 tonight, and there are 7 double-duty drivers who will run both of them. This is one of them, Ryan Sieg from Tucker, Georgia. Talked to Ryan's crew chief, Bruce Cook, yesterday about their role here. Took just a few laps out there, and kind of the same to the Johnny Davis discussion. He knows that he's not a Cup-affiliated team, as so many are, and so just took a couple of practice laps and said, we're done, we don't need to mess around anymore.
Yeah, what a great race for him last week.
Yes.
Right there with an opportunity to try to win the race. Gave William Byron everything he could handle there for a little bit on that last restart, and just great to see them have that type of success.
All the top 5 last week, career best finishes, and that was fun to watch. So Sieg is in top of the board right now for him. Just a tick over 180 miles per hour for his Chevrolet. Speaking of Chevrolets and power, comes Blake Cook.
It's another driver that finds his way in these plate races in particular. Finds his way up towards the front and giving himself a chance at either a good finish, or if something happens, then he can take advantage of someone else's misfortune and get up there. They have enough speed that he knows he can race if he gets in that spot late in the race.
Yeah. We did an interview with him right after the February race, and he's like, I love segment racing. He said, I was running along about 12th or 15th and thought, I'm going to go get me some points. And he said, right at the end of the race, he dropped in the 8th or 9th, but it was like, there was an intensity and there was something to fight for at that time. And he said that just added something for these guys to shoot at.
Here comes Cook to the tri-oval, crossing the start-finish line, trips the timing wire.
It's a lot faster than anybody else has got right there.
To the top, and to the top groove, trying to get as much momentum as he can. Brandon Jones in the 33. As we look back to what happened in February, it wasn't a pretty ending.
No, that's a massive hit right there. Something when you get hit in the right rear in your turn, you have no time to react. But once you hit that, you can see he gets hit again and then into the wall again. And it's those second and third times that you hit that really kind of take the breath out of you, because your belts have loosened up. You're not expecting something else after that because you didn't even have time to react to that first one.
The forces at these speeds are tremendous. The safety is incredible. And more often than not, these drivers walk away, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it's those type of accidents that when we look at the safer barriers, just how much that has helped in those situations. We both, unfortunately, hit those concrete walls that are right behind that enough to know what that feels like in that. And it's just nice these drivers don't have to encounter that.
Yeah, it is a blessing that these guys don't have to encounter that. And we talked about this yesterday during practice, and when Brandon talked about it, he's like, that is the hardest hit I've ever encountered in my entire career.
The top 2 right now are the guys who have won the poles for both restrictor plate races in 2017. So a good showing so far for those ECR motors.
Yeah, that's a really fast lap that Blake Cook put down there. That's be interesting to see where that stacks up, because you're getting right there in that time of what people can do. I think it certainly will put him on through to the next round.
Well, yesterday in practice, I was thinking about the times there, too. We are going slowest practice time to quickest, but there were some that ran in the pack a little bit more and some that didn't. So this is a little bit jumbled in terms of that.
Yeah, you can. When you're out there in a pack, you can make that time whatever you want to. You know, if you're going to lead the pack, then your time's not going to be as fast. If you're going to get back about 7th or 8th and catch a group of cars in front of you, then you put up a nice number. But that's a number that's not obtainable out here in single car qualifying.
Jeremy Clements on track now in the 51. We head back down to pit lane. We're going to hang up here for just a minute. And Clements continues on, coming to the line here. All these drivers have transponders in their race cars. That triple wire that's stretched across the start-finish line give the accurate time there. Clements will clock in 12th. Remember the days before transponders? That was a while ago. Okay, let's head down to Parker now. Hey, Parker.
Thank you, Dave, for getting to us finally. Good on you to wait there, but I'm here with the first-time winner of the Xfinity Series last week at Iowa, William Byron. And you were just telling me after all the success that iRacing afforded you to get here in real cars, you didn't even iRace this week. Come on, man. Were you celebrating?
Yeah, I was probably just, we were racing on the sim, actually. We did a couple road courses and stuff for Chevy, so that was good. But mainly just kind of enjoying the week and getting ready for Daytona with the guys, so really excited for tonight.
Good stuff. Well, best of luck to you tonight, bud. Guys.
It's a big win for him last week. Winner in the K&N Pro Series and in the Truck Series. Almost got to the Truck Series championship round last year. So disappointed. Doing it up this year.
You know, it just amazes me to hear these guys talk. Because here he is coming to Daytona, but he spent the week with Chevy in the simulator doing road course stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, we only got road course experience twice a year when they dumped us at Rivers or at Sonoma, or dumped us at Watkins Glen, and now he's already that far ahead, which is pretty amazing. Now, Michael Annette moves into second here with a lap of 181.6, but it amazes me the experience that they bring to the racetrack when they come. They've already run this race. You know, in his mind and in a simulator, William Byron has already run this race, so he feels comfortable coming here.
You beat me to the punch because I was going to ask you, do you remember all the times in the simulator that you spent?
Yeah, tons of times.
Same amount of time I did, I think.
We called the simulator a foosball table when I was growing up. That's what we called it.
Kelly's with Tyler Reddick.
He's also coming off a career best finish of 3rd at Iowa. Tyler, what are your expectations here in qualifying at Daytona?
I don't have any, to be quite honest with you. You just never really know what you have. A lot of us really don't go out and make single car runs anymore other than trying to just maybe find a little bit of speed for the race. So I really can't tell you what we're going to qualify. In the spring here for our first race at Daytona, we qualified 7th or 8th. So I would be surprised if we're in the top 12, but then again, a lot of people made their cars better, so I would be surprised if we're right on that cut line. So we'll just see where it shakes out. I know 5 laps into the race, wherever you started this race, will be completely different. So hopefully we're going forward, or hopefully if we start at the front, we just stay there.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Tyler Reddick. Dave.
I think it's the best philosophy there. If you do start in the front, just stay there. Keep them all behind you.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Brendan said. You know, when he was talking about qualifying, he's like, we don't have the slickest car. We have a car that has a little bit more drag. We think it's going to be slick. We think you're going to have to race. But if you can qualify up front, that's where you want to be. You want to be up front, be in front of everything, and be able to get some of those stage points.
Tracking behind that very fast lap, Blake Cook, still the best. DJ wondering if it's going to be topped.
You know, you talk about qualifying up front and staying up front, and that sounds like a simple plan, but it's really not, because there's a lot of work that you have to do to keep yourself up there. All it takes is basically maybe losing your concentration or not paying attention for just a second. You slip up a little bit. Next thing you know, there's 10, 12 cars going by you on the inside or the outside. You've got no help. And where you thought that you were in good shape just riding around making laps, next thing you know, you're back in the middle of the pack where you didn't really want to be.
Something else I was thinking about while we were looking at some of the racing action. When you're just quote-unquote riding around here, you're still getting buffeted by the air. I mean, they're not easy to drive. It's crazy.
There is no such thing as just riding around here. I know that's out, and we talk about it, and you hear drivers say it sometimes, but like Dale says, you can come through the trial here, and you check the mirror, and you check in front of you, and then you get down to turn 1, and you're behind the guy in front of you, and the next thing you know, there's somebody on the outside of you. Now you're in the middle, and you go from 5th back to about 15th or 16th because this guy has created another lane because you just didn't pay attention for that split second getting in the corner. So there is no riding around. You're constantly checking the mirrors, checking, feeling what the car's doing, and trying to put yourself in the best position if the guy in front of you makes a mistake to capitalize on that.
So Daniel Hemrick on track now in the 21 car. Blake Cook still at the top. And Parker, what are they thinking about down there?
Well, I'm walking down pit lane and I run into the crew chief of Blake Cook, Chris Rice. Obviously provided your driver a very fast race car there. Did you expect to have that kind of speed?
I didn't, because we put a lot of downforce in this car coming to Daytona, because, you know, Talladega car we lost. But everybody college racing, I'm super proud of, because this group is just amazing. Best group on pit road. I love it. Glad to see you guys back, and I'm so excited for Xfinity race tonight here on your channel. I mean, Parker, you look good, because it's super hot out here, everybody. He's not even sweating. I'm like this.
I cannot attest that. It's full sweat under here, guys. Take it away from us here.
Oh, my God. It is very hot out there this afternoon. Everybody doing a great job staying with the heat, staying hydrated, as is Daniel Hemrick, second quick here at Daytona for the Kannapolis, North Carolina driver. We come back, more qualifying from Daytona. We'll keep you posted on who could maybe catch Blake Cook.